how many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
¿Pero qué dices? Vale, lo empezamos bien al segundo episodio. Se llama Hide and Seek y bueno, ya habéis visto cómo ha empezado. Parece que está muerta. Uy, vale. Próxima lectura. A ver, discurso del método. Primera obra filosófica del autor que define el pensamiento analítico y riguroso. Vamos a elegir... creo que ya está. Pensamientos sobre la Revolución Francesa. Pensamientos sobre el arte. Ensayo científico. ¿Esto qué es? ¿De lógica? Un punto... sí, de habilidad en lógica. Voy a tirarme más por la lógica esta vez. Y esto me da un punto de habilidad en protocolo. Persuasión, erudición, persuasión. Creo que me voy a quedar en persuasión. Ciencias, también política. Es que hay demasiada gente metida en la política. Creo que me queda uno más, ¿no? Me voy a quedar con la política, porque hay mucho, ¿sabes? Muchos tenientes, muchas cosas de esas. Pensamiento sobre la Revolución Francesa. Un análisis de la Revolución Francesa de gran relevancia con el que distingue sus raíces y evolución. Me voy a quedar con este. Vale, ya no tengo más puntos. Vale, vamos a seguir, que me he quedado loca con ver el cuerpo de la chica esta. Despacho de Lord Mortimer, 22 de enero de 1793.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night, and I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
Vale, no estoy seguro de si tiene alguna relación con la desaparición de Sarah. Vamos a ver a qué se refiere exactamente.
What are you getting at? What act of violence?
We found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. She was brutally murdered, stabbed several times. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
No, es que estábamos sí con la duquesa. Vamos a decirle la verdad. Uy, el cuadro ese que está al final me encanta.
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed Elizabeth to her room.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
A ver, de su infancia con mi madre o creía haber visto a mi madre. Hablaron de su infancia con mi madre.
About my mother. She had just found out that I was Sarah de Richet's son. Elizabeth wanted to tell me about the horrors my mother apparently inflicted on her.
Finding out that your own parents had always lied to you. Well, that must not have been an easy thing to hear. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information. Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to
Pasa muy
happen,
rápido.
I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Vale, quizás pueda empezar por la escena del crimen. A Elizabeth la atacaron en su propia habitación. ¿Hay algún sospechoso? ¿Hay algún detalle sobre esta tragedia?
Can
Vamos a ir a
you
por el
tell me
detalle.
anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Ah, sí, eso también.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi, so I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Vale, creo que Monsieur Bonaparte y el presidente Washington dejaron la fiesta tras medianoche. Estaban cansados y se fueron a la cama. Uf, que ya no...
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting.
Me siento
And
culpable
Louis,
de no haber
You've got
seguido
permission to
bebiendo.
search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Vale, tengo que investigar la muerte de Adams. Y tengo permiso de entrar en todas las habitaciones. Vale, no eran las mejores formas estas las de conocer a este, pero bueno.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Pero no quisiera causar problemas a un hombre inocente, Luis. Probablemente no fuera nada. A ver si
Not
sabe
to
por
worry,
qué.
Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh,
Es
don't
verdad.
worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Es verdad. Vale. Llave con el símbolo del agua. A ver. Una llave pequeña con un anillo con la forma del símbolo ocultista del agua. Vale.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
A ver, nos ha aparecido el símbolo este, pero no lo veo por aquí. Era este. Investigación. Ahora puedes equipar un manuscrito adicional. Sigue los pasos de tu madre. Vale. Vamos a dar la vuelta por este lado, así no nos saltamos ningún...
This is Thursday.
Moneda de colección. Vale, elixir dorado. La verdad que me ha sentado mal que se muriera. Yo creo que se ha muerto por... Tendríamos que haber seguido bebiendo con ella. Me arrepiento de no haber seguido.
Four-letter word could open this chest.
Código de 4 letras nos permitirá abrir este cofre. Cambiar primera letra. ARSN. Vale, abierto. Después de bastante rato, la palabra era Zeus. Objeto añadido. Notas escritas a mano por Lord Mortimer. Vale. Vamos a... Notas. Inventario. Notas de Richie. ¿Dónde están? Notas escritas a mano por Lord Mortimer. ¿Dónde están? No. Vale, pues no los puedo leer. Vale, no pasa nada. Vamos a seguir investigando por todos lados. Vale, y otra cosa, cuando llegue a las habitaciones las voy a revisar una por una. Vale, ya hemos dado toda la vuelta. ¿Podemos hablar con Lord Mortimer? Pero no creo que nos diga mucho más tampoco, ya... Vale, jalea real. Vamos a... ¿Esta era la jalea real? No, era esta de abajo. Vale. Yo creo que no nos va a decir nada más. Además, había dicho que no quería influenciar en...
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
Pero si no tienes nada todavía. Vale, no pasa
I'm
nada.
listening, Louis.
O sí. Nada.
I'll
Adiós.
be in touch as soon as I have any more information.
Sí, mejor. Pues no hemos investigado absolutamente nada. Vale, otra cosa. Por curiosidad vi ese cuadro. Yo creo que es del Henry Fuller. La pesadilla. Vamos a ver qué nos
The
dice. Oh,
nightmare
estoy
painted by
equivocada.
Fuseli in
Fusili,
1781.
Fuller. Bueno, parecido. Me gusta mucho ese cuadro. La cara de la expresión del caballo. La expresión está muy... Está todo loco. Vale, vamos a ir a las habitaciones. ¿Hoy? ¿Y por qué en medio de la sala tienen ese agujero? Vale. La verdad que yo creo que me ha dado los resultados más malos que me podría dar. No sé si en todos morirá, pero no me ha gustado que se muera. Vale, vamos a investigar un poquito por aquí a ver qué nos da. Uy. Habitaciones. Vale, yo creo que se suponía que podía entrar en todas. Empezamos bien. Vale. Ah, vale, entonces esa está vacía porque no tenía
Monsieur
cartelito.
Johann van Volnau.
Vale, no, que va, no puedo entrar en todas. No, que va. Tampoco hay nada, es que hay una manchita ahí en el suelo que brilla y siempre pienso que es algo. Vale, ya que estás aquí, voy a empezar por ti.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No,
Uy.
nothing special.
Vale, insinuar que parece sospechoso hablar de la muerte de Elizabeth, qué hace en el pasillo, no contarle nada por el momento. Vale, ¿qué hace en el pasillo? Nos puede decir qué te importa, qué haces tú. Insinuar, yo hablaría sobre la muerte, a ver
Has
cómo
anyone told you
reacciona.
that Elizabeth was killed last night?
Yes. Rumors spread quickly.
He looks very put out.
It's horrible. How did it happen?
I can say nothing to you, sir. You'd better follow your host's instructions and stay in your quarters.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Vale. Vamos a investigar tu librero de esta habitación. Vale, esta es la de Elizabeth. Vale. Y ahí han dejado el cuerpo, muy bien. Es que también en una situación así, ¿qué haces? Vale. Voy a empezar por el cuerpo de Elizabeth. Buah, qué culpable me siento por no haber seguido bebiendo. Yo ahí todo mal pensaba. Pensaba que me iba a envenenar o algo. Madre mía. Pobrecita. Vale, vamos a examinar todo.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Buah. Vamos a examinar las
People who scar
cicatrices.
themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
Vale, vamos a los tatuajes.
She had the sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. She had the sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her,
Vale, nada.
the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, and maybe mutilations.
La verdad es que sí, tiene un huevo de cicatrices. Vamos a por la nariz.
She bled from the nose. There are signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. What a strange smell.
Bueno. Vale, lo que no nos da es que es muy común en la corte real. Conozco ese olor. A que va a ser de algún veneno. Examinar
Blood, but
piernas.
no trace of blows on the legs. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated, possibly held by someone or something.
Bueno, ya que
More
estamos.
tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Vamos
I
al
count
torso.
no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
Vale,
It
observar.
looks as though
Nos
the
ha
wounds
quitado
were
2
inflicted
puntos.
from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body. No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. No marks or
Todavía
bruising
tenemos.
around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Vale. Parece que la han atacado por detrás y ya está. En una de esas ni siquiera ha visto quién le ha... Uy, ¿qué hace este aquí?
Has Sir finished with this room?
No. Vamos a preguntarle
Do
quién
you know
ha...
who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
No.
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please, excuse us.
Vale, esta ya la
As
habíamos
soon as we can
leído.
get free.
A ver si hay algo nuevo por la habitación.
Clock stopped at 3:54.
If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Vale, ya sabemos la hora del asesinato. 3:14. Vamos a...
Vials of laudanum.
Viales de laudano.
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
No estoy segura, pero me suena veneno. Vale, Vale, hay una mancha de sangre en la pared.
The blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
The Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised
ojo.
traits.
A ver, lo del abrojo. ¿Qué va? Yo creo que no revela mucho. ¿Eso será una moneda?
Huh. The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck. A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
Mierda, no tenemos lo de traducir el texto. Vale, y estas cartas yo creo que ya las hemos leído. Mi querida Elizabeth, tu última carta me dejó muy preocupada, sí.
Your last letter gave me much cause. August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair.
Vale, eso ya lo habíamos leído.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Vale.
The color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. Why the hell did she come into this room?
Sí, es la única que puede llevar un vestido así tan... Y a ver si la imagen... Buah, se me está viniendo a la cabeza la imagen de nuestra madre con el brazo cortado y todo. Vamos a investigar el pentagrama.
Pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, the pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection
Vulnerabilidad
against evil.
descubierta, vale, de Elizabeth. Vale, ¿qué es la conexión con la muerte de... ¿Cuál es la conexión con la muerte de Elizabeth? Nos va a gastar un punto, pero yo creo que merece la pena. Pero vamos primero a recuerdo los libros de mi
Esoteric
madre.
rituals are
Muchos
based on this
rituales.
shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Vale.
I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange.
Vale, yo creo que con esta habitación terminamos. Yo creo que también podremos volver más adelante. Vale, le tengo que pedir a él
Has
salir,
Sir
¿no?
finished with this room?
Sí.
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be.
Sí.
I shall guard the door.
Vale, él está ahí como cuidando de que nadie... Vale. Vinimos por este lado, creo. No, ya me he liado. Creo que veníamos por este lado. Vamos a ver el mapa, a ver exactamente por dónde estamos, porque ya me estoy perdiendo. Vale. No me ha aclarado mucho tampoco, pero bueno. A ver aquí. Esta es la habitación de...
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
de Piaggi. Vale. ¿Cómo que no puedo entrar? ¿En serio? Venga ya.
Huh, that's me.
Vale, esa es la mía. Y esta es...
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Vamos a ver si podemos entrar. ¿En serio? ¿Tampoco podemos entrar? ¿Ahí brillaba algo? En verdad le di el cartel para ver de quién era la habitación, pero ha entrado directamente.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. P.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
Vale.
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds, painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
Pues sí.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Vale, tenemos un punto más en gramática. Vamos a investigar y ahora hablamos
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily.
con Emily.
He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will recover from this impasse. But King George's mental situation is slowing down our decision-taking. Thank you in advance for all your help. William Pitt, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Duquesa, puede informar al rey Jorge del apoyo del Santo Padre. Le ayudaremos a financiar el reclutamiento de regimientos de emigrantes monárquicos para que luchen contra Francia. Su amigo, su eminencia, Giuseppe Piaci.
Two coils circle the lock.
No tenemos la llave. Vale, no podemos hacer nada con esto.
Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now.
Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Vale, yo creo que ya me he consumido antes de intoxicarme ya todas las veces. Vale, vamos a hablar con Emily.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Vale. ¿Qué hago? Ella era vulnerable, pero es que... 2 puntos. Yo creo que si tomo uno más... Me intoxico. Ah, no, no gasta ningún punto. Sí, sí que gasta. Y era vulnerable. Emily. Vale. La psicología. Espera que voy a...
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Uf. ¿Otros? Eso me lo voy a guardar para mí por ahora.
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least. Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Vale, pues yo creo que no hay más nada. Es que estoy por hablarle del... Yo creo que sí.
I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily.
Vale, nada, pues...
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Vale, aquí tampoco hay ya nada más que ver, pero... La verdad que estoy un poco que no... No sé qué ha pasado, ni tengo la más mínima sospecha, ¿eh? Por ahora estoy un poco... Vamos a investigar una habitación más. A ver... A ver si hay algo por aquí. No.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Buah, la de Napoleón. Vale. Vamos a investigar las de Napoleón, que, no sé, al haber estado en la habitación no me da buen... No sé, no me da buen rollo. Y supongo que la otra que tendremos que investigar es la de Perú. Vamos a cotillarle la habitación. Vale, abrojo.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Vale, moneda descubierta de Bonaparte. Vamos a ver cuál. Talento desbloqueado, ratón de biblioteca. Vamos a ver lo que le hemos desbloqueado. A ver. ¿Dónde está Bonaparte? Ay, no lo veo. Aquí, lo veo. Vale, persuasión y política. Mira, ahí está Napoleón. Vale, vamos a registrarle un poco la habitación y después vamos a hablar con él.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory? The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
Sí, son todas ambientadas a la guerra. Y a todo...
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
Vale. Una espada.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Persuasión. Esa ya la teníamos. Vale, aquí está el sombrero este.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Soldado francés. Vale.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Vale, en ese cuadro no hay nada. No podemos salir, ¿no? No. Ok.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty. A fragment of amber.
Ámbar. Vale, por atrás del biombo no hay nada. Y poco más hay en la habitación. Vale, elixir dorado.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
Vale,
My
otra
dear
carta.
Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Vale, o sea que falta un arma. No andará por aquí, ¿no? Yo creo que esta habitación ya no hay más nada para... Vale, vamos a hablar con Napoleón.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Vale, estamos... Vamos a interrogarle a ver qué nos dice antes de que sepa que sabemos que lo han
Did you hear
visto.
about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me
I
to...
know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all. Except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Vale.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you.
A ver hasta cuándo estuvieron...
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight, so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Vale. Vamos ahora a soltarle...
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste. And I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Es sincero. No. A ver si reconoció al merodeador.
Were you able to recognize the prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
Excuse me for insisting, but if you saw him or her, I'm sure you would have more information than that. It's just that you don't think it can be of help to me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Was it a woman, for instance? Bearing in mind that all the women here wear whalebone dresses, which is rather noticeable.
A man, I should say. I don't recall seeing the silhouette of a dress.
You see, you saw many things, in fact.
Hang on. Laissez-moi réfléchir. Let me think a minute.
A wig? His height? The sound of his footsteps, maybe.
Ah, his height. Oui, somewhat imposing. A tall man, and straight. As for the rest, I don't know, Monsieur de Richet.
Not to worry. That's already quite a lot. Thank you for everything.
Vale.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Sí.
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.